Silas.
Silas is
It's honestly
kind
of should have seen it coming.
Well, the Zahin is also going to be a consideration here. We've seen this picked into the NAR and actually do very well. For some reason, I was watching a Faker clip of him playing in solo queue against Doran, and like he chain solo killed him in lane.
Is it LeBlanc or is it something else? Oh.
Well, Zoe is another option. Showmaker hasn't found a lot of success on it so far this season, but he has historically been a great Zoe player.
It works incredibly well with Mundo and Ashe because they both have slows, and it means that you could set up your bubble and set up that poke and the follow-up burst incredibly well. And for example, if Mundo hits a cleaver on somebody, and hits a cleaver on somebody, hits a cleaver on somebody, because that's kind of how it goes, Showmaker's like, I'll be right there. Yeah, that person is going to die. Now.
Yeah, it hasn't been played with the Karma yet, though, so that'll be a new one if he does manage to get POM again in this series. As Shio actually finding an angle, getting a flash out of Rich, who's now looking to try and turn it if he gets another button, and that'll get a flash. Fight for first scuttle. This is danger.
Here we go. This is what Gio wants, man. This is where he thrives.
Yeah. As, oh man, it's a TPA Mundo skin as well. You love to see that. As, meanwhile, flash out from Korea towards his bottom side as Showmaker has inside track, looking for the angle onto Willer. As Andel's looking a little worse for where he's going to have to flash. As now Yukal moving down as well. Shio has to flash out of the way. We're running out of flashes, and Showmaker's like, I'm not. He's got so many out of this guy, you know? Like, he made his re-debut, and we were like, oh, not sure about this. And then didn't exactly perform the best. But this year, certainly been able to go toe-to-toe with a lot of top laners that we wouldn't have expected. Yeah. Now, Lucid and Willa fighting against one another. Look at these mechanics as the Mundo is Mundoing. And Willa is in a little bit of trouble. Bubble not going to get picked up there as the chains barely go wide. And now Willa is likely to go down to the passive. Flash picked up there by Showmaker, so he should be safe to try and continue fighting as the Paddle Star, just barely picks the gap. 6 points in my country. Not going to be quite as mitigatable. But of course, there's the stolen flash to come on through there. Showmaker is going to throw a Paddle Star to Narnia because losing a wave can be incredibly detrimental. As now Rich taking a lot of damage here. There's the Mega Gnar out of Shiu. He'll have the ultimate as he lands the house. And Wallop comes through. And stun comes down. Let's see whether Shiu can actually find this even 1 versus 2. As Rich just gets hit with 3 houses and will go down. Man, that's a Fire Emblem game. That's all right. Out he goes. He just hops his way out of there.
Your front line to be active because, as you point out several times, their engage is pretty lacking. So they need to have a front line for Gio to just auto-attack people. As CJ gets the first house, gets this wallop, has his Gnar, was not actually the wallop I mentioned earlier, but the Gnar that hits both into the wall.
410 gold as well. Feeling fantastic about that one. Not quite find the beat drop there.
Okay, now he got Smash's Q. This is an angle.
Yep, arrow going to come on through there as the ulti has been thrown out. The Encore is going to be missed. Onto Jiu, gets in range of Smash. Barrier is there as Lucid is just so slow. He looks for the briefcase, and he's being followed by this. The flash over and the dash back from Jiu is so slick. And DRX, they're not going to find kills. Jiu stays alive, and Lucid is still running. Grim Deliverance delivers not a whole lot. He's got the wrong house. The houses are in the top lane, as we mentioned earlier. And these briefcases continue landing. Their trophies actually
practically forever, but I just don't know about this.
Yeah, Jiu's still going to look for it here as Smash goes down low, but they've got so much CC, and it's just layered gorgeously. Auto attack was in the air, and Jiu, oh no, this is what we've seen before, just goes a little bit too far as Rich also not going to be able to get down here as the Trouble Bubble connects. Andel's going to have to block that as the arrow from downtown. And the beat drop comes on through there as well. I mean, Jiu's not dead just yet, but DRX, they have 4 people under this turret just to keep the president alive, but still, he gets put to sleep, awoken immediately by a trophy to the face. Gets a closer view as now Shiu looks for the angle here, knows that the hijack is on cooldown. Teleport to bring Rich over as Willa gets taken down to half health. Shiu is just happy to fight anyone that moves anywhere near him. DRX were able to find a comeback. If they find a comeback in this game, I hazard to guess that this is going to be a 3-0 because I don't think you mentally come back from that. As Shiu is looking for a solo bolo 1v2 as Lucid comes in to make those numbers a little bit more fair. And they don't really look fair as DRX are just taking naps left, right, and center.
As DRX are hoping this is going to be a 45-minute game.
And it's not looking like it is going to be a 45-minute game, although Lucid going down relatively low. Willa taking a lot of damage, though, as we're taking some naps. Grim Deliverance there, but Willa doesn't quite make it over the wall. He does go down to the passive as the Encore comes in. And it is just going to be a disengage here from DK. But that's probably not going to happen based on what we're looking at right now, as Yukao does dodge out of the way with his dash cannon, as now Lucid's possibly in a little bit of trouble. Does get pulled back by the Zahen as the bubble is going to connect one more time. And he goes sleepy, and down goes the Silas. Grim Deliverance once again, but Willer is just dead. They do manage to get their first kill of the game, but Andal, he's going to die also, and Jiu down to 50%, just gets a thumbs up from Lucid to signify the fact that he is going to die pretty imminently. I don't think he's going to be able to walk past the Mundo as the Slurkle goes wide. He does have barrier, but Lucid has a billion health.
I'm on 2. Rich comes in, he barriers and tries his best.
Okay, do we think that DRX can kill Lucid with 3-4 people? I mean, Showmaker's going to come on over and make it a little bit uneven as Lucid flashes out of the way, gets a big ol' heal, as in goes Yukao, steals an Encore, which is a fair bit of value, and there's the Grim Deliverance, triple immediately for Chiu, and is this now the DRX comeback as Showmaker gets dashed on and eliminated? The kill goes over to Rich. Like, the swing in gold in the AD carries was 2.5k.
Lucid says, on Mundo, I go where I please.
Yes.
And he is doing that right, but they don't have great setup here in this fight. Lucid's health bar is really their setup, right? And Yukao's TP ends up being massive because he's able to get this Seraphine ult. Like, before he dies, if he dies just like a split second faster, he doesn't get that, this fight is unplayable. And that was the turnaround, right? The Shio's on the other side with his bar set, but he's like, I can't access because you guys got womboed by the Silas ult steal. Amazing Unara games so far this tournament, so maybe it's possible. Like, I want to believe.
Well, Yarrow is going to connect here onto Andal. Let's see whether they can grab this kill as Shio's moving over. Showmaker on a flank angle as Yukao will find the chains. Showmaker going to have to get out of here as he doesn't have flash, so he doesn't have a chance. Rich is likely to die as well, though, as I don't know about that one, as the weirding was weird. And Lucid just being that front line for the rest of DK. So it's a trade of top laner for mid laner. And honestly, makes a fair bit of sense because he got that quadra kill, or very close to a quadra kill. And that was a large portion of the value. This is an optimistic teleport here from Shiu, just looking to try and kill Rich, and he may just do that as the Nara is picked up here by Yukao, finds the chains as well and does manage to get a push away, but the flash out from Showmaker and the big heal to keep him alive from the Seraphine. And now Smash has them right where he wants them. They do take down the Gnar, but DRX members are looking so low and the heals are coming through. Lucid, so healthy, and flashes on top of Jiu. He's taking matters into his own hands, but unfortunately, he then enters the grave. That's not where he wants to be. Andal is going to follow suit, and Willa likely to go down as well. That fight looked a lot better for DK during that fight alone, as DRX do get inside track on this Dragon.
They have a fast Dragon take, but they don't have great setup.
It is still going to be a 50-50 as Lucid does move over here. Andal is snagged by the arrow, and just the edge of the Encore is going to pick up Andal. But now the Grim Deliverance comes in. The Drake is going to get stolen away by Willa as Lucid's still alive. That health bar very high, but the bottom lane has just been wiped out. Now it's Showmaker that has to do all of the damage. The Gnar is gigantic from Shiu, now hops out, and he's a mini Gnar wanting to do that DPS. But I think he's just going to get taken out here as Lucid is looking impossible to move. Denied is massive here for DRX.
I don't think they can get the inhib either.
And also, look at the Rebel Baron power play. It's sitting at negative 600 as Yukao is going to die. Andal probably doesn't want to be here as the inhib turret has already been taken down. The burst damage from Showmaker is too large. And the portal jump, not going to be enough to get that damage down as Lucid's going to need another couple of trophies or a paddle star from Showmaker. And if they have stolen up, that's not an engaged tool. As now Willa goes in. There's the Grim Deliverance. They take down the Ashe, and Willa is going to be traded. Now Yukao trying to look for that angle, but they've peeled away. The Gnar is not exactly the biggest, but they use it to take down Korea. And now Lucid is very, very big. It's going to take a little bit of killing to get him, and he doesn't have flash, so he doesn't have his life. And DRX will save their base and live to fight another day. So we'll be able to steal something else away. Obviously, the Encore feels like a fantastic option. The Arrow is also very good as, oh god, these Paddle Stars. And this is the problem for DRX. They need to make something happen first as Jiu gets snagged by the Paddle Star. Lucid going down very low, though, as the chains are going to go wide. Smash flashes out of the way, though.
As quickly as he can.
Oh. Or might not be able to as everything hits. Oh, he takes a nap, and the Paddle Star is going to take him down.
Cal can either flank or they have the Zahin engaged. Jiu's going in.
Just going to dash in. Still smash. Finds the entire bottom lane and wipes them out. And now the rest of DK, what can they actually do? The Grim Deliverance takes him down to his passive here as now Lucid still trying to kite this one out. Showmaker going down very low, but he steals away a flash and looks to escape. Oh god, still like there's still nothing in the base. Let's check it out from Jiu's perspective.
I'm gonna look for something here. He just says casually as he comes in and deletes Smash from the game.
And I mean, it was so close to Lucid going down as well as he flashes out of the way. Like this play from Jiu was
down so long in this game, but is able to be somewhat relevant.
Oh, Arrow gonna connect here onto Jiu.
And game prio here on the left side of the fight, which is absolutely a great idea.
Oh, Chains are going to connect, and there is the Gnar into the wall. Shiu's having his own moves used against him as Willa doesn't find the pullback, but I think Shiu might still be dead. He will hit Mega Gnar, so does manage to escape. Starting a fight is not what they want. They want to keep throwing things out, finding Paddle Stars, finding bubbles, and hitting trophies. That's what they want to do. And speaking of which, he lands it onto Jiu. He is able to get himself out of the way as the Encore comes in, barely hits onto Jiu there as well, but Willa is dead, and Showmaker is flashing on top of Jiu. Now the barrier is down, and Lucid will just walk at the Inara, and down he will go. Now Yukao finds yet another Gnar, but he gets walloped and destroyed, and DK took him a little while. It got a little dicey, but they'll get the Infernal Soul, and I think they'll win the game.
All right, Showmaker with the massive play.
Oh my
Rich
goodness.
trying to make something happen.
Yeah, Battlestar goes down. Rich will have a few better buttons, and he does connect it as soon as that bubble didn't land.
I don't know if he can get home to defend this, though.
Yeah, that's the problem.
Montreque as best as he can.
The arrow teams off the back. Oh, it just barely misses. But I don't know whether it's going to be enough. Was he on vision there as well as now Smash just going to rain the arrows in? Andal just doing his best. He's trying to land everything onto Smash, but the last few autos come in, and DK